Good morning, it's day 25 on trail, heading out from just north of the Turk Mountain parking lot on the Skyline Drive. And we are heading to Blackrockhut, as they call it, not shelter, but hut. Been a rainy morning, off and on. We're taking off in between little raindrops, so we're all packed up and it was good. Perfect timing, and that we were able to pack up our tents without it raining on us at that point. So it's about an 8.5 mile day. We are planning our stops where the water is. Instead of having to carry water so darn far and worry about running out, we're just going to make our stops wherever the water is. So the next water break, or supply spot I should say, is at Blackrockhut. So we have about 8.5 miles before we get water again. Now I have about 1.5 liters, so I should be good. And then we'll have plenty of water at the hut for all our eating needs. Dinner tonight, breakfast in the morning. The only other option would be to hike approximately 15 miles today to a wayside that is 0.6 miles off the AT. The wayside being a little stop area on Skyline Drive. But it's 0.6 miles off the AT, and their little store would be open. So what we understand, they also have a spigot outside that we could fill our water bottles at. But we are planning right now to stop at the hut and just stay there. It's supposed to be a bit of a steep climb getting up Black Rock. So we'll see how everything goes. But off to another great day. You love the days when you have a section of the trail like this. Even if it only lasts for a little bit, it is awesome to have a section of the trail that is fairly flat and soft on the feet. What a blessing this is. I can imagine when all the leaves are filled in on the trees that this would be quite the green tunnel. Definitely if it's a sunny day, to help keep you out of that sun. The trees are budding now, but not all of them have fully blossomed, I guess. I don't know what the term would be, but not all of them have their leaves fully on them. So I don't get the effect of the green tunnel just yet, but I know along the trail that will happen. Crossing over Skyline Drive again, and now I'm up at Blackrock Gap. The elevation is 2,330 feet. And we'll continue on north. I think it's about another mile to the shelter. All right, good morning. It's day 26 on trail, leaving Blackrockhut, heading towards Pinehurst or Pine something hut. About a 13 point something mile day. Whew. The temperatures dropped last night.
1.5 of what we did yesterday.
Wind chill got down to 33, and that was pretty windy. So it's very, very cold, and it's very cold this morning. Ooh-wee. We got a big climb first thing. up to Blackrock Mountain. Then it's supposed to be fairly decent after that, just mild ups and downs. But this is a tough climb. Oh my gosh, to start the morning. Ooh, it is what it is. So we come to the top of Blackrock Mountain. At least we think we're at the top. And it is definitely living up to its name. There are a lot of rocks up here. I wouldn't call them black, but there are a lot of rocks. But now Scott's going rock climbing. Way more energy than I have. This is the top of Blackrockhut Mountain, 3,098 feet elevation. I'm going to try and do a 360 without getting blown down. It is so windy. There's Scott in the picture. Hi, Scott. Oh, it is so cold. Oh, so beautiful. All right, we're passing over Skyline Drive again, this time at Brown Gap, with an elevation of 2,595 feet. Pretty mountain over that way. See what this sign says here. Doyle's Falls. We're not going down to the falls. We're going to continue north. Can see the deer down there. It has stood still since we came by. Probably hoping we wouldn't see it, but there you go. Oh. Another little pull off here on Skyline Drive, and man, is that ever beautiful. Wow. About 4.5 miles into our 13.1 mile hike. The sun continues to shine. It's perfect temperature in the low 60s. Well, maybe in the upper 50s right now, but it'll only be in the low 60s today. And every now and then the wind kicks up and it feels good because it's a cooler breeze. So it feels really good. The trail overall has been really good to the feet. Not a lot of rocks and roots. I mean, you're going to have sections here and there, obviously. But overall, this has been a very pleasant, very, very pleasant hike. That's one nice thing about when we have our first goal in mind, which is the hut at the 13.1 mile mark. But you, I don't know, you feel good when you get to the halfway point, so we've got a little bit until that. But that's about the time frame I'll stop and go ahead and eat my lunch, do some stretches, make sure I stay hydrated, obviously. But again, it is just a really beautiful day. I'm very blessed to be out here. Going around Loft Mountain, it's very windy up here. A little bit chilly, but a beautiful view. Can't be much more than 4.5 miles from the shelter. I have this really steep climb going on right now. Whew. Feels good to get in the shade. Not overall that it's a hot day, but when you're in the sun on this side of the mountain and there's no breeze, it starts getting warm. But by no means not anywhere near the heat we had going through the Priest and Chimney Rock and that whole area. We're just hanging out on some cliffs, showing us some views to the west. Man, you get up here and that wind is cold. And then way down there, you can see some of the, oh, get blown around, some of the road for Skyline Drive down there. All right, these are views to the east. Now, very beautiful. Might be hard to see, but there's Ivy Creek, part of it. The trail should cross it a little bit further down to make it easier to get water at that point. This is the crossing over here of Ivy Creek. If I can get it all. Boy, it'd be nice camping by this and hearing the little creek all night. But there you go. That is Ivy Creek. Get the cross over here. A little bit. Maybe possibly go down that way. Get over. I'll have to see. Another side to it here. And there you go. All right, another view looking to the east. A little bit hazy way out there. A view from one of the overpass areas here that we crossed beside. It doesn't have a name to it, but it's a view to the east. Very, very, very pretty. I bet in the fall it's absolutely gorgeous. This should be my last steep climb of the day. I'm about 1.5 miles away from the shelter. Just passed through the parking lot area back there where I took a video. It has been an absolutely gorgeous day. Perfect weather for hiking. I mean, this has just been extremely, extremely perfect. Calling for the temperatures to drop down again tonight into the upper 30s, low 40s. So I'll stay all bundled up nice and warm, which makes it difficult to want to get out from under the sleeping bag in the morning. Actually, I have a quilt. So, yep, makes it hard to get out from underneath there when you're all nice and toasty warm in it. Bit hazy out. And we'll go ahead and shut this off so you don't have to hear me panting away here, breathing so darn heavy. Oh, glory be. How pretty it is, this little bit of a tunnel. It's nice to be out of the full sun. I should be about a half mile away from the shelter. A couple that were heading southbound told me that it's going to be a full shelter, that every single person they've passed has said they're going to be staying at the same shelter. So he said it's going to be packed. So it sounds like everybody who was at the shelter last night will be at this same one today. The only difference is we arrived first at the shelter yesterday. I am arriving very last. So hopefully there will be a space for my tent. If not, I've already looked at the map, and 2 more miles north of the shelter is a ranger station. And not only is there potable water at that ranger station, right at the building, there's a outlet. So I could actually charge my phone, charge a power bank if I wanted, or my battery pack, whatever you'd like to call it. So we'll just see. I think I have a win-win situation here. My backpack is squeaking on my back, and I don't know why.